Bowser putting his anger into paint. Bowser Jr. putting his paint into anger. God, if that ain't the hardest quote you've ever seen in a YouTube comment section. Shortly followed up by Roy Adarki. Maybe they both become angry and use it as a paint, then accurate, right, like everyone said. Like father, like son. 135 likes on that. I'm honestly so surprised this hasn't been marked as made for kids, because that is what the audience of these movies are gonna be. But if you've already seen the video, I'm not excited for this movie. And I didn't like the original one, for the record. Everyone was saying that the original one was really good. It did not do it for me, man. I was so hyped for it because Mario was part of my childhood. All of the games and everything. I wished for a Mario movie on like my 7th birthday. That was my entire wish. I could have wished to become a millionaire. I could have wished for like 100 babes to show up and, I guess, babysit me because I'm 7. But I could have wished for world peace. But no, I wished for a Mario movie to happen. And my God, it's like the devil heard my wish and decided to make the worst possible thing imaginable. Okay, that's a bit of a lie. It wasn't the worst possible thing imaginable, but it was probably made by the worst possible company imaginable, Illumination. I hate Illumination's stuff. Everything that they do. And as the years go on, my hatred grows and grows for it. Despicable Me, that story has just been beaten into the ground. Like, they are smashing into the skull of that one. I think there's another one coming out soon. Like, there's no more story left. Their animation is great, but, and this is the problem, one of the problems that I had with the original Mario movie, it's that in Illumination, they make everything so whimsical and kiddie-like that there is never any stakes. The stories never have any stakes because the most insane shit can happen that manages to save the day. This is from Despicable Me 4. It's the one where there's this super crazy villain granny who's posed to be like something really threatening, like she's an absolute menace, and look at that car, like she's about to squash Gru. How does he get out of it? He has diaper rash cream in his bag. Like, look at this. She's about to run him over. He just looks into his bag and boom, just immediately hits her in the eye, and then she goes flying and she dies. I also want to give you an example from the actual Mario Brothers movie. One of the reasons why I think it's so ridiculous. So Bowser's captured everybody, right? And he's got this whole wedding with Princess Peach, and he tortures Toad into making Peach accept the wedding. So then, like, it's time for the big proposal. You know, she rejects him, and he's like,
I'd never marry a monster.
And then she brings out an ice flower, just out of the bouquet. Just pulls it out like it's a magic bunny inside of a magic hat. And how did it get in there? Well, it turns out Toad smuggled it in there. How did Toad smuggle it in there? I don't know. They didn't show it. Toad smuggled it in there. He did it. And basically, Mario and Luigi, the main characters, well, Mario, not Luigi, but Mario, he had nothing to do with that at all throughout the entire movie. Like, it just comes out of nowhere. It's like, oh yeah, and by the way, Toad smuggles this in, and then that completely changes up the wedding, and basically that basically starts Bowser's downfall. What do I think could happen in this one? Well, firstly, we've got Bowser Jr., who is already less of a threat than Bowser, because he's literally Bowser Jr. Like, he's never been more of a threat than Bowser himself. Like, maybe there are a few games out there where Bowser Jr. has been the main central villain, but I always think Bowser's way more threatening than the child Bowser, because Bowser Jr. has always been portrayed as more of like a goofball than Bowser himself. And in this movie, Bowser's already a goofball. So if they're gonna portray Bowser Jr. as this serious Terminator, then that would just be extremely weird. There's no way that they're gonna do that. So they're gonna end up making him really goofy. I guarantee it already. He's gonna have so many wacky, quippy lines. It's gonna be absolutely insane. But that's my number one gripe with the series. But another one that I have, and I have an entire list of things here because I just went through the trailer and I started writing down a whole bunch of things. The other one of which was another comment that was in the comment section, which is Bowser fails to get into art school, second Mushroom War. Smash like for more incredible jokes. So I had to take a breather after that one. Wow. But why Super Mario Galaxy as well? And this is, again, part of the lack of flowing storyline. Another thing that really annoys me with Illumination movies, the flow of the storyline between movies. Despicable Me, it is not one long continuous storyline because they never plan it like that. The only thing Illumination does is plan, oh, did Murphy get this much money? Yes? We make another movie. And only approve next one if this one makes this much money. Yes? And then that. So that's why, like, in Despicable Me 1, it's like, you know, it's got a good message. Then Despicable Me 2, it starts to get a bit worse because then it focuses on something else because it brings in Gru's love and something that was never really hinted at in the original one. And then 3. Then again, with this one, we start with Super Mario. Everything's normal and everything. That movie wraps up. And then Super Mario 2, they're like, okay, well, we got to do something brand new for it. Boom, let's just throw in Galaxy here. And it's going to feel so different already from the first one with a completely new storyline. Then, like, yeah, it doesn't flow. It feels like it's compartmentalized into little different blocks. And this is even worse for the Mario Brothers stuff because it feels like it is just going through the games way too quickly. Like, why are we going from Super Mario, the normal Super Mario Bros, all the way to Galaxy already? Like, I would feel like Galaxy would be a movie that you make, I don't know, in the Mario Bros cinematic universe equivalent of the Avengers. Like, it shouldn't be something that happens until you've already got a few movies under your belt. There's this point here where they are, firstly, this isn't even in the original Mario Galaxy. I actually have no idea where this is from or like, it's a roulette wheel, like a casino or something. Don't know what's going on there unless Peach got some weird additions to her castle. Here, like, where they're in the sand area, that's a Super Mario Odyssey world, right? So they're also combining Odyssey into it as well. They're just pulling in every single thing already and just, I feel like they're just throwing stuff at a wall and seeing what's gonna stick and hoping that the kids like it. It doesn't feel like Mario. It doesn't feel like it has the soul or the essence of Mario. You know what it feels like? It feels like you could make this movie for about literally anything, right? You could make it about literally anything, and they've just gone and put the Mario theme on it, the Mario logo. It feels like there's no plot or anything here which you could specifically say is created through Mario mechanics. And yeah, you could say, you know, Bowser Jr., you know, it's his dad, but that makes sense. The Bowser Jr. wants to go for his dad. That's just a basic revenge sort of story. The original one was basically an evil conqueror is coming to try and rule the world, and you got to go and stop him, and then he kidnaps someone close to you, and then that person he kidnapped saves the day, and like, you don't need Mario to make a story like that. I also saw some people commenting about how the addition of Rosalina doesn't add in anything new to this story. And I agree, because when you think about it, you look, you go to the end.
You're coming with
this
me.
guy's like, you're coming with me. This scene, she messes him up, which is very cool. Honestly, like, my favorite scene from the trailer. But that's literally just Peach's role. That's what Peach did in the first movie. And it looks like that's what Peach is doing in this movie as well, because she's destroying an entire army of these little black jumpy guys. And, well, it makes you think, then what's her role in the movie going to be? It's the exact same as Peach. I think they're just, like, shoving her in there because, oh, she is part of Galaxy, so we got to get her in there too. She and Peach gonna be the same badass team. And now that I think about it, literally everyone in this movie is shown to be a badass, except for Luigi, and maybe Bowser in this one, which is a problem, by the way, with I'm going back to this, but it's a problem with Illumination villains. They make them out to be so comedic and so goofy that they don't really pose much of a threat, aka Bowser. I love Jack Black, and I love his Bowser. I think he's a very funny Bowser, but he does not pose like a big threat to me. Well, maybe he does to, like, 2-year-old Timmy, who's never seen anything with spikes before, and he's, like, wetting his pants, but it does not do anything for me. And, yeah, when the heroes are always, like, so badass and able to destroy everything, then what's Bowser Jr. gonna do? Like, this is the guy that's known for mainly being a baby, I think in Mario and Luigi, brothers in time, and mainly crying half the time. Like, it just, I don't feel any threat here. And then with Rosalina's power, you know, Bowser's, what the hell is that frame? Bowser's really tiny, and then okay, well, Bowser Jr. What? He's got a giant, he's got a paintbrush which can form into that, which I think is a Mario Bros. Wonder reference. But the thing about that is that he could just get beaten. Mario, like, I don't know, kicks a shell at him. He smashes it with the paintbrush. It destroys it in half, and then he's like, oh, is that all you got? And Mario's like, I wasn't aiming for you, in his Chris Pratt voice. And then, I don't know, Luigi, the shadow of Luigi's fat asshole just comes, like, makes a bit of shade over the top of him as he comes slamming down on top. Boop, sits on Bowser Jr., bam, he's done. That could happen at any time throughout the movie, and then it's played off as a joke. I don't know, it just makes me angry. It makes me angry, the lack of consistency. And again, it's a kid's movie, but that's how I feel. That's how I feel about it. And that's how I feel about pretty much every Illuminations movie that I've seen. But on the other hand, I have to say their animation is really, really good. And I do laugh a lot at the Jack Black moments. He does a very good job as Bowser. And so I am actually looking forward to seeing it. And I think they're going to turn up the Jack Black Bowser moments probably by double what they had last time, because it just performed so well. That Peaches song it went viral on the internet, which was a huge marketing tactic. So he is definitely going to be in a lot of the movie. And I'm hoping that they actually don't turn it up more than they had it last time, because last time it was pretty good. This time, if he's just going to be the comedic relief character, again, not much of a threat. Turns a story really, well, whatever story there is, turns it really off for me. So, I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, that's it. Hold on, I completely forgot to mention, what the hell is going on with those eyeballs? That's actually uncanny. People need to do a Sonic movie situation here and get those eyeballs changed, because those things are creepy. This image doesn't even do it justice. If you can see through all 2 pixels, look at the quality of that. I'm gonna bring it over here. Look at this. That is so ugly. He looks too realistic with the eyeballs. Like, why does that look human and the rest looks so animated? It's giving me Freddy Fazbear vibes. Legitimate, like, mascot horror where the human eyeballs are visible in there, which gives it a really uncanny feeling. So weird.